And we are live. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Happy Monday. I hope you are all staying dry out there.
Yes.
If you are like me and you live in the state of Florida, thoughts and prayers because it is nasty out there today.
Yes.
So
Charge
I'm
your phone.
inside.
Yeah.
I'm hiding inside and going to talk about some theme parks because I certainly am not going to go and visit one today.
No. Charge
They
your
are.
power packs, charge your phones, get all your devices.
As far as I know, all the Orlando parks are open
Mhm.
today. So if you did not change your vacation plans, if you're stuck here, it's probably a great day to go at least to certain parks. I would not go to parks with a lot of outdoor rides because they're not going to be running. But if you're into dark rides, this is a great day to do indoor attractions,
Yeah.
right?
This
As
is a
long
good
as,
Epcot day.
long as you wear your poncho. Yeah, that was the plan. Was going to go
Yeah.
to Epcot today. Who knows? Maybe I'll go tonight.
You should. Oh my God, you'll get to do everything.
Yeah. So hello everyone, happy Monday. And before we kick off the actual recording, we'll see who's in the queue. It's a little light in the queue today. In our comments, of course, first up is Michael Bingham. Welcoming
Hello.
everyone to this Monday's podcast. And also in Derek Ho's corner, we've got Blossom and Michelangelo. Hello, folks. Good to see you as always. Brian Sager is here. And yeah, Debbie definitely knows how to cause a storm today. Yeah, Typhoon Lagoon, water parks, I think, are closed. I imagine that Volcano Bay is probably also closed. I didn't double check. But I saw the Universal had a post saying that they were still opening as normal, the dry parks. So yeah, it's a shame that Disney Quest is no longer around. This would be a perfect
Oh,
Disney Quest day.
oh my God.
Actually, it
So
wouldn't be a perfect Disney Quest day because it would be absolutely overrun with people
expensive.
if it was still there.
I'm going to Wine Bar George. Screw Disney
Why?
Quest.
Yes. Good day to go to a movie. See Deadpool versus Wolverine again. Yes. Um, All right. Well, we have got a good number of people watching us. So if we don't have any more comments, I think we should go ahead and kick this show off as soon as I get my script up. In 3, 2. All right. Let's try that again because that was a little slip of the mouse. Jeff, if you're watching this, this is where you want to start.
Yes.
In 3, 2.
Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding.
Welcome to the Attractions Podcast. You are all clear for dispatch. Have fun.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Attractions Podcast, sponsored by MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. I am Seth.
And I'm Carly.
And we are here to talk to you about the latest and greatest in theme park news and more, as well as what is going on in our own lives. Carly, great to see you again.
So good to see you.
How's your week been?
It has been great. Kind of laying low. I think I picked a really good 4-week stretch to not fly because, as we know, with everything going on in the world, flying right now is not a pleasant experience. You have to pack your patience pants for like days. We're seeing people trapped. So I am so happy to not be flying. I did spend the weekend at Carowinds, so that was really fun. Yes, I went on Fury 325, one of my favorite coasters. Always a good time.
That intimidates me. I mean, not a lot of coasters intimidate me, but that one's
yes.
You're braver than I am.
I will say I do close my eyes going up the first hill. It is quite high.
Yeah.
I'm not scared, but one day I will open my eyes. You are just very high up there. I know the view is beautiful of the city, but baby steps. But it is a great ride. It's so smooth. And then I went to Carowinds Summer Music Fest to see Sugar Ray.
Oh wow! How was that? A good show?
Oh my God. It's always a great show. I think the last time I saw them was at Mardi Gras. It's just fun.
Mhm.
He's very
Yep.
like self-deprecating.
Years ago at Universal Mardi Gras.
Yes. They were going to be playing Eat to the Beat the first weekend of September. So I was like, oh, I might as well continue my streak of seeing Sugar Ray at theme parks.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I
Yes, I
I
did
was
a little Boo Blasters too.
oh, how was that?
I love it. They redid it. They
Okay.
shut down for a bit. They painted it.
Hmm.
They fixed the guns. They fixed everything. I love it so much. Nice, fun,
Nice.
dark ride.
Yeah, I've watched POVs of that, and it looks like a lot of fun. But POVs never do those justice.
No, never.
I did not have nearly as exciting a weekend as you did. I was mostly sheltering inside, both because I was working on my book, Unofficial Guide to Universal Orlando 2025, working on the final details of that, but mostly because we have had some crazy weather. Debbie, is she a hurricane, tropical storm, whatever she is right now?
She's a curse word that I can't say.
She's making life really unhappy here in Florida, and I know what you mean about flying because my wife and my niece are both trapped in Pennsylvania. It's both supposed to be here right now, waiting on flights to open up. So hopefully I will see them again someday. My cats are getting tired of me. They want mom back. So.
No, I feel you. Yeah. Don't fly if you don't have to. I am so happy that my upcoming travels are drivable destinations.
Yeah, I'm hoping it all straightens out before I have to do some traveling at the end of the month. All right. We will shake off the weather. Hopefully,
You
I do
guys.
not have. I'm in a tornado warning right
Oh,
now. So if I suddenly disappear, or you see a cow flying by in the background behind me, it's been nice knowing all of you.
yeah. You're having your
All right.
Glenn Powell moment.
Yeah. Oh, but until that happens, let's go ahead and jump into the news in the queue. Okay, first up in this week's news in the queue. Ever since the merger between Six Flags and Cedar Fair was first suggested, people have been asking about this, and it is happening. There will be a season pass that gives you access to all 42 parks in the combined Six Flags Entertainment Corporation chain, now that is officially complete. And that's a whole lot of theme parks for one annual pass.
That is wild. I mean, we kind of expected this to happen. I didn't expect it this soon, to be honest with you. I thought maybe next year or so, but yeah, that's really cool if you were going to be doing a little bit of traveling. Even if you're going to like 2 or 3 of them, I mean, you definitely will get your money's worth.
It really will not take visiting 42 of these to get your money's worth from this pass.
Wait, but oh my God, what a reality show that would be.
It would make a great
Oh,
road trip, right?
yes, that's so
Checking
cool.
all those off. So here's the story. We've been talking about it for quite a while, but that merger between Six Flags and Cedar Fair was officially completed on July 1st. They now operate 27 amusement parks and 15 water parks across the US, Canada, and Mexico. We got a link where you can see what all 42 of those parks are. They're not changing a lot right now. They're not changing the names. They're not really changing many things about the operation. Some things we talked about last week, like chaperone policies, are changing and surcharge fees. But one big change is going to be that you'll be able to purchase an all park passport add-on starting for the 2025 season. They announced this on July 29th, and this is going to apply to Carowinds, to Cedar Point, Dorney Park, Kings Dominion, Kings Island, Knott's Berry Farm, and Michigan Adventure. And we're expecting it also for probably coming the other way from Cedar Fair, from the Six Flags parks. But what we know right now is that when you, the first one that's released, if you buy a Schlitterbahn Galveston Water Park annual pass that gets you the rest of 2024 and all of 2025, you can add on for I'm gonna let you folks guess for a second. Just shout them out in the comments what you think. Only $75.
I
That
read
blows
this.
my mind.
Yes, I read it like 4 times because I was like, wait, this has to be wrong. I was thinking a number in my head like $300 to $500.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know that these are I would say, more affordable on the scale when you're used to Universal and Disney annual passes that we basically mortgage our life and
Yeah.
keep our firstborn for. But $75.
That's like, I thought it would at least be, double the cost of an annual pass to one park. That would be reasonable. I'm thinking about when I had the gold pass that gave you both Disneyland and Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
And there was really not a lot of savings in there. It was maybe $100 or so less than the price of the individual passes put
Right.
together. I did not expect a $75 price point. Now, they have not announced these for all of these other parks, and I imagine that pricing may vary depending on which park you buy your initial pass at. But if $75 is kind of the baseline, that's an incredible bargain.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I think I'm gonna just do it just to do it. If
uh,
I'm being honest with you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, even if you just plan on visiting two of these parks in a year, $75 just to take the chance on it, that's a good gamble.
I just want to say that I have a pass that's good for 42 parks. Like, that is crazy. I mean, that's amazing though. I mean, this is a great update and definitely not what I was expecting.
Yeah. Now, just for comparison, for the 2024 season, they sold a Cedar Fair all park passport that was good for all the old Cedar Fair parks for $245, and a Six Flags Plus park valid at all the Six Flags parks for $140. So even if you put those two figures together, it's still a pretty reasonable price. And it looks like that we will find more about how much these prices are going to be in the coming weeks. We're going to keep an eye on those Six Flags and Cedar Fair websites for you, and we'll let you know what that final pricing ends up.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I have the Carowinds Gold, which I think was like 115 because when you renew it, you get a little bit of a
Mhm.
discount. So even if it's like $100 extra to bump it up to all the parks,
Yeah.
just a little bit over $200. And I love going out to Knott's Berry Farm. I mean, that will just going there will pay for
It'll
itself.
pay for itself real quickly, especially when you see how sharply Disney has increased their annual passes, their prices we saw a wave of people moving from Disneyland annual passes to Knott's Berry Farm when Disneyland stopped. And then even after they've restarted the Magic Key, it's so much more expensive and so much more restricted. This if you could hop between Knott's Berry Farm and Six Flags Magic Mountain, I think for a lot of people, they'll just go to Disney maybe once or twice a year when they give these deep local discounts on single day tickets, rather than investing in a Magic Key that you don't always know when you'll be able to get a reservation for.
Right. Yeah. I'm coming up for renewal for my Magic Key the end of this month, and I don't know what to do. I'm still torn. I mean, I do spend a lot of time at Disneyland, so
Yep.
it will pay for itself. But yeah, it's quite the price jump since
Yeah.
last year's renewal.
Yeah, I deliberately scheduled so that I can do my next trip right before my current one expires, and then I might take a break for a while, especially since now they seem to be selling them regularly. When they
Right.
created the FOMO of, oh, if you don't renew, you won't be able to get one. That was a pretty powerful incentive. But now that I know that I can pretty much get one when I want, I don't necessarily know if I want one.
Right. No, I get it. I mean, that is always my fear. Even, Disney World, Universal, I'm like, I just got to keep renewing this
Yep.
because we don't know what could happen. There's so many changes happening right now. So
Who knows? This
nothing
might motivate me to take another trip to Magic Mountain, and maybe even back to Six Flags Great Adventure, my home
Oh,
park growing up, because
are
it's
you
been a while.
sure?
I don't know. It's been a while. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will keep you updated on this and other changes coming to the merged Six Flags Cedar Fair chain as they happen. Next up, I am super sad about this. I was hoping that when I was out in Hollywood at the end of August, I'd be able to catch the tail end of Universal Studios Hollywood's 60th anniversary celebration, but I am missing it, and you will miss it too if you don't get out there before it ends on August 11th.
Yeah, I
Did
really
you
wish
did
it
you get out
lasted a
for?
little bit longer.
Did you make it out for this
No,
one?
I didn't.
I watched all the
Yeah.
videos and the pictures. I wanted to get some of these photo ops. They've got a time machine photo op in the Upper Plaza, and they've added all sorts of things to the studio tour where you can get off and take a picture with the scuba diver from Jaws. Um, it's such a shame. I wish some of it would stick around longer, but
Yeah, same. This was awesome. Actually, last night I couldn't sleep. I was watching old videos of the studio tour when
Mm.
Battlestar
Oh
Galactica
my
was
god.
in it. Oh my god.
That looks so good on the old grainy VHS videos. I wonder if we were there in person, if it would
Oh, right.
really sell quite as, because it works so well on those terrible old camcorder tapes.
It really does.
Yeah,
The vibe is
yeah,
there.
exactly. Well, you've still got a few more days to do things like pick up a collectible coloring sheet, um, take some of the photo ops. I hope some of these things, like they've got QR codes where that you can scan and see tributes to old attractions. Hope some of those things stick around. They've had a couple of the tram tour trams decorated as the old glamour
Yes.
trams, and
Oh,
it'll be fun to keep at least one of those on the line. I do believe they're probably going to stop having people get off over by the Bates Motel so that they can take pictures and walk the path. It'll probably go back to just a drive-through. But that's something that you can often do, either if you take a VIP tour or if they run the Terror Tram during Halloween.
oh, that's my favorite thing ever during
Yep.
Halloween is the Terror
So
Tram.
so
So
cool being
cool.
able to get off the tram and actually walk through those
Yes.
pets. Yeah. So we've got videos on our YouTube channel of all of the studio tours 60th celebration. Of course, there's merchandise. Pick it up now while you can, or maybe you'll be able to find it on discount soon after. All this, as we said, wraps up on August 11th, just a few days. Thanks to our producer, Jeff, for getting out there and taking great pictures of all of the
Oh
additions.
yeah, I love looking through those photos, and
Yeah.
yes, Universal does some insane discounts. I got like the HHN denim jacket that was over $100 for $9.
Wow. Wow.
Oh
That's
my
worth
god.
it just for the material.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I cannot believe it, but they do it,
That's
and it's also
crazy.
great with the t-shirts. I mean, sometimes they're like XXXL, but if you just want
Mm.
like a pajama shirt,
Yeah.
it's like $3.
Yep. Okay. Next, we are hopping from Universal back to Disney, Disneyland, and Walt Disney World, welcoming the replacement for Splash Mountain, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, this year. And merchandise is now available, both online and in person, for the reimagined attraction. We've
Yes.
got a look at some of the merch, including a Loungefly mini backpack, spirit jersey, plush toys, and exclusive food treats.
Yes. I did get the plush toy. It is a very
Which one
elongated,
did you get?
the one of
The
Tiana. Yeah.
Tiana? Okay.
It's very weird because it's like a 2 feet long, but she's like really, really thin. It's like a very odd design,
I
but it's kind of cool. I don't
I
know.
I almost feel like it's trying to be like a folk art handmade kind of thing,
Yeah,
almost like they did with the characters in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the toy,
right.
like, but yeah, it's a very like flat, she looks like she's been run over by Doom's roller from
Yeah.
Who Framed Roger
Yes.
Rabbit. She's kind of gotten
It's
flattened
very
out.
odd, but I was like, this speaks to me. I need this.
Uh, well, one of the interesting things I think they're selling is Leia Chase, who is the proprietor of Dookie Chase's restaurant in New Orleans, the real life inspiration for Tiana. Her famous spice mix, her seasonings, only available until now at her restaurant in Louisiana, but now you can get that at Disney as well.
Yes, I love that they did that. I mean, you could buy hot sauce in Magic Kingdom. Why not? You know?
Yep. Other things you can find are a light up tumbler with a firefly and frog theme, a glow in the dark spirit jersey, a kind of questionably designed light up living magic sketchbook ornament that has Tiana and a Louis' butt. It's a lot of Louis behind.
His iconic butt.
Yes, and there's a couple pins and a light up music tower figurine, and which has a adorable sculpture of Mondo, who's the big toad character who's playing, I guess, the mushroom bongos.
Yes, it's very cute. They did a lot of good merch. I love
Yeah.
going in that shop. They really did a great job with it.
Yeah. Speaking of shop, there's actually two shops in the Magic Kingdom right now for Tiana's. You've got the Tiana's Bayou General, which is the traditional exit gift shop where they do the photo pass, and they've got a lot of fun decor on the walls, similar to some of the newspaper clippings that are in the queue that you should stop and check out.
Yeah.
And then around the corners, there's the Critter Co-op, and that's sort of between the entrance of Tiana's and Big Thunder Mountain. And they've also got some really fun Easter eggs in the window decor, including a reference to Randy Newman, who's the composer of the songs.
Yeah, they did a great job. I mean, the first time I went in there, I just was,
Mhm.
in awe, just kind of looking all around. There's so many details.
Yeah, it's
It's
a gorgeous little
great.
shop. Yeah. All right. So if you, for some reason, have not yet gotten on Tiana's Bayou in Disney World for yourself, foiled by the virtual queue system or the breakdowns, trust me, I've been there. You can see a full POV of the attraction on our YouTube channel. So go and check it out. All right. We are hopping now over to King's Dominion in Virginia, where they have announced a new roller coaster called Rapterra that is going to open in 2025. And it is going to be the biggest, longest, fastest wing coaster of its kind in the world.
Yes.
And
I mean, I was
I
excited
am.
when they started leaking some of this stuff online. But then when they made the official announcement, I think I am overdue for a visit.
I am. I gotta tell you, I am apprehensive because the one wing coaster experience that I had was Sky Rush at Hershey Park,
Hershey Park.
which I think is going to look like this one's little brother, and that one was a very physically taxing experience for
Oh
me and
my
my thighs.
God, no.
So. Um, so this one is in celebration of the 50th anniversary of King's Dominion in Virginia, and it is going to be a launched wing coaster that is, like we said, the world's tallest and longest. It's themed after a legendary jungle hawk, and it promises intense initial launch, plunging dives, twisting maneuvers, and sweeping turns. Coming to you from B&M, they've designed several of these models, and they are taking it to the extreme for this one, with ride stats that, frankly, are pretty intimidating. 3,086 feet, 65-mile-an-hour top speed. I think we're looking at, do they say 135 feet maximum height? This is not for the faint of heart.
Well, now I'm nervous that we're talking about this. I do like a good raptor roll.
Yes, I'm wondering if the Raptor roll is going to be B&M's version of the Mosasaurus roll, 360-degree spin that makes you feel like you're going to be flung out of your seat, like they have on Velocicoaster.
Yes, but now, in my elder millennial age, I like a nice smooth coaster. That is why I love like a Fury 325. It's just
Right.
like I'm flying. It's easy, but this looks like it could be, if they're using the word intense, I'm already nervous.
Yeah. In addition, total of 3 inversions. There'll be an S turn, a wing slide, a flat spin, an airtime hill. Interestingly, they have already started construction and think it'll be done by the end of the year, even the fall. But they're not planning on opening it until the 50th anniversary celebration. So plenty of time to test this and make sure it is safe and comfortable. You mentioned a smooth ride, and B&M used to be synonymous with smooth rides. Their last couple big projects have been gotten a lot of criticism from enthusiasts, including myself, for not being as smooth as they traditionally have been. So hopefully there'll be a course correction and some more quality control, and we will. Because if this is rattling the way something like Penguin Trek rattled, this is oh boy.
Okay, well, I canceled my plans. I'm not
They're going to
going
be
on
people
this.
with a lot of black and blue thighs. That's all I'm saying.
Oh gosh. Okay,
But
maybe I'm not
hopefully, they will take the recent critiques to heart. They will make this one smooth as glass, like your classic B&Ms. And we will get to enjoy. If nothing else, I really appreciate from this concept art how many trees they are keeping around the layout. This is a really beautiful wooded area, and one of the real advantages of this park, not unlike Busch Gardens Williamsburg, is that they've got a lot of old growth natural landscaping, and I hope they're able to preserve that around the ride path.
Oh yeah, and speaking of B&M wing coasters, like when Wild Eagle first opened at Dollywood, that was 2012. I was much younger then. I used to love it. Now I don't really do it as much anymore because it is a little bit,
it's a little intense.
It's a little intense. It's a little rickety. So hopefully it will not be like that. But
well, I will say my suggestion for anyone who does ride, based on my previous wing coaster experience, if you are not into really extreme G forces, go for the inner seat as opposed to the outer seat. You wouldn't think that those few inches would make a difference, but they do.
Wow.
When we rode, my wife was laughing at me while I was screaming in pain because she was fairly comfortable, whereas I felt like my torso was about to rip off.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Good times. All right. Speaking of experiences that might be comfortable for you but painful for your spouse, Hallmark Christmas movies are coming to life at a new 2024 attraction, and this is something that you are either going to want to rush out and book tickets for immediately as soon as we tell you about it, or you will want to stay far
You're
away.
going to take a string of Christmas lights and hang yourself.
There's no arguing with taste,
Yes.
and if you love Hallmark Christmas movies, and God knows there are plenty of millions of people who do, because they are increasingly popular every year. They are leaping from the small screen into real life at the first ever Hallmark Christmas Experience attraction for the 2024 season, coming to Kansas City, Missouri, which I must say is the cool Kansas City. Sorry, Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah.
Coming to Kansas City, Missouri on weekends from November 29th and December 23rd. And if you are interested in this, you're going to want to move fast because tickets are going fast.
Yes, I we're in a fandom. We're not in this fandom, but I understand and appreciate it. And it is, oh my God, a moneymaker. We have the Hallmark Channel cruises, the conventions. I mean, it is wild. Wild. I love to see it. So I think this is a great idea because the Christmas movies are their mega moneymaker. So I'm sure this is going to be a massive hit.
And I would say that since no one under the age of 50 actually sends greeting cards anymore, there is an entire generation that knows Hallmark as people who make these movies, as opposed to people who make birthday cards.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. But so the Hallmark Christmas experience will feature nightly Christmas tree lightings, photo ops, card sending station, and a community mural. That's for the basic admission, and then there will be additional upcharge experiences, of course, because we have to have upcharges.
Of course.
That will include ice skating, gift wrapping, as well as a Christmas light trail, holiday refreshments, official Hallmark merchandise. I hope they have a complete range of all the ornaments, souvenirs from local vendors, and special events with Hallmark stars. And plus, you can get your drink on at the Hallmark Christmas Chalet pop-up bar.
Oh, they're getting white wine wasted.
I wonder if there will be pumpkin spice flavored White Claw. That would
I'm sure. This is giving me a lot of the vibes of like Gaylord Christmas celebration
I get that a little without the ice sculpture.
without the ice.
Kinda,
Yeah.
yeah. So Hallmark Christmas Experience is taking place at the Crown Center in St. Louis, Missouri, on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays from November 29th through December 23rd, plus 22nd, sorry, plus Monday, December 23rd. And this is also home to Hallmark's headquarters, where you can find a free visitor center museum, plus the Sea Life Aquarium and a Lego Discovery Center. So you could have a whole Hallmark day just built all around that. And in addition to the attraction, there's also going to be ticketed events with stars of Christmas Hallmark movies. You can purchase a package that gets you photos with the actors, special panels, moving screenings, and you can even attend the reindeer games, which the Hallmark movie stars will compete against each other in holiday games.
That sounds really funny to watch.
Yes, and probably be extremely embarrassing for these folks, who will include Amy Garcia, Autumn Reeser, Barbara Niven, Brennan Elliott, Brooke D'Orsay, Marcus Rosner, Neil Matter, Rachel Boston, and Victor Webster. So those are the folks that are appearing at the fourth weekend of this event, which is the only weekend with the stars that tickets are still available. That's December 20th through 21st. So if you want to see any of those folks, you should pick up your tickets real soon. Getting into the experience itself does not require a ticket. You can actually get in and experience a lot of this walk around for free, open
That's
to
really
the
cool.
public. But like I said, these ticketed events with the stars and some of the upcharge events look like they are selling out. So go online and check that out. If you can't attend in person, you can, of course, celebrate Hallmark Christmas from your couch with new films. Last year, they debuted 40 new films.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Not sure exactly when they're going to kick off. Last year, it was around October 20th. But they have announced a few films that are going to be coming out this year. They are beginning production soon in Kansas City on Holiday Touchdown, a Chiefs love story.
Oh, of course.
Focused on a romance between a Kansas City Chiefs superfan and the NFL team's director of fan engagement. I'm sure there will be absolutely no NFL product placement in that whatsoever. Other films coming out in 2024 will be The Christmas Quest, Three Wiser Men and a Baby, and
That's
Santa
funny.
Tell Me. So if you are interested, these are the same folks who are behind this, who also worked on the Crayola Experience and some other entertainment offerings. You can check out more about this on our website, where
I know
we've
you
got
already booked
links
your
to
ticket
all
to
the
Kansas
information.
City,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm rushing off to book it right now. All right. Well, that is going to bring us to the end of this week's News in the Queue. Before we jump into this week's main attraction, and we are definitely, I think, going to need every bit of time for the main attraction.
Yay.
it is time for us to hear a brief word from our sponsor.
The Attractions Podcast is brought to you by MEI and MEI-Travel. Whether your next vacation is a magical trip to the theme parks, an exciting adventure to the pyramids of Egypt, or just a relaxing cruise on the turquoise waters of the Bahamas, MEI-Travel provides premium service and expert advice to help you get the most of your vacation. They are always free of any hidden fees or costs to you. Visit them at mei-travel.com.
It's time for the main attraction!
All right. If you have been following theme park news at all, you know what this week's main attraction has to be. Universal Orlando has dropped the big information bomb on the Harry Potter Mystery of Magic land that is coming to Epic Universe in 2025. We've got all the details, and we are going to go over them in detail as we geek out about what is going the final land to be revealed for Epic Universe, and more importantly, the third and final Wizarding World. Wizarding World changed the game in the theme park industry. You know, we would not have Pandora, we would not have Galaxy's Edge, we would not have Super Nintendo World if it wasn't for the first Wizarding World and everything it spawned. And this is I think this is going to be the icing on the cake for Epic Universe. I am super excited, and I hope by the time we get done talking about all the details, you will be super excited too.
Yes, it is very difficult to not be excited. It is so good, and I will say I am the most casual Harry Potter fan. Like, I've read the books when they came out, I watched the movies, but I am casual, like, to the nth degree. I spend so much time in Diagon Alley because it's so good. It is the best immersive theme land. So I can't even imagine what this is going to be like. And I can't believe a year from now, we are going to be talking about going there. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Each Wizarding World is kind of top to the one before it. The first one, when we walked into Hogsmeade for the first time, you'd never really seen an immersive area like that. And then Diagon Alley came along, and it just blew your mind walking into Diagon Alley that first time, seeing the buildings around you. And I think that the same kind of leap from Hogsmeade to Diagon Alley, I think that they're going for the same kind of leap to this when you walk into Place Cachet, which I guess is the French Parisian equivalent of Diagon Alley. While Diagon Alley was all kind of slightly scaled down, forced perspective, intimate and cozy, these are full-size Parisian streets. This is not, there's no forced perspective except at the end of the stairs to nowhere, where you can see the big domes way off in the distance. These are like 5-6 story tall buildings surrounding you, and watching the fly through, there's just so much more. Diagon Alley is basically one street, and then you got Carket off to the right, Nocturne to the left. This is like a whole little village. This is like a whole little town.
Is. Yeah. In the video, I love what this detail. They said the shortest, or the tallest building in Diagon Alley is
the shortest building.
Yes, in the new one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So just everything ramped up. And I really feel like this is a place where, yes, people are going to rush to the attraction. But this is somewhere you're also going to be able to just sit and hang out and soak in the atmosphere. And just really enjoy, if you're a cosplay person, this is going to be like the ultimate playground to run around in your Harry Potter clothes.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be having a glass of French wine and sitting in the cafe at the street and people watching for hours on end.
So let's break all this down.
Yes.
This great article by Blake Taylor that is up on our website. I'm going to kind of use it as a guideline. It jumps around a little bit from topics. But the big headline, I guess, is that the new Ministry of Magic is going to both combine the Parisian Fantastic Beasts 1920s theme that we've talked about before, but is also going to combine the 1990s Harry Potter series through the Battle at the Ministry ride. And we'll talk a little bit later about how that works with canon and timelines and stuff.
Yes. And so basically, when you enter the porter, you're going to be in a Muggle park. And then you're immediately going to walk under like a beautiful arch structure. And then you're in Paris, essentially. So all the streets are Paris. And the only portion that is the British would be when you go on this ride.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, you walk in, you are in 1920s Paris. You are exploring the land as seen in the second Fantastic Beasts ride. But then when it is time for you to ride the big attraction, you're going to use something called the Metro Flu, which is like I guess it's a cross between a bathroom and a subway station. It's got lovely, Art Deco subway tile and designs, but you're going to walk through these giant green glowing fireplaces and emerge inside the Ministry of Magic in London, as seen in the Harry Potter films. And this is where the big villain of the land comes in, who is no other than Dolores Umbridge, played by Imelda Staunton. And she is going to appear in the attraction through some projection wizardry. Think an animatronic that has basically a human face, done much better than, say, Anna and Elsa in the Frozen ride. If you've seen in Rise of the Resistance, the Kylo Ren figure that walks towards you and swings his lightsaber, imagine that, but taken to the next level. So,
and this atrium we have to talk about.
mhm.
It is immense just from the photo, so I cannot imagine what it's going to be like to physically be in there.
Yeah. I highly recommend looking at some of our aerial photography from our friend Bayou Reconstruct to just see the scope of this ride. This is the biggest show building at Epic Universe. It's the biggest show building of any dark ride in all of Orlando. I think. I mean, I think the only show building that might be bigger than it is Cosmic Rewind, Gardens of the Galaxy, because that's pretty massive. But when you combine the scope of just this atrium scene alone, there are dark rides that could fit in just the lobby of this ride. And from what I've been told, Universal basically looked at Rise of the Resistance and said, how can we do something that's even bigger, even grander, that feels even more huge? So similar to Rise of the Resistance, this is going to be kind of a multi-stage attraction in the sense that first you're in Paris and you're going to line up and walk through the Flu network and have this special effects experience where you're transported to the Ministry. Then you're going to get to look around this atrium, and there's going to be see elevators moving around. You're going to see in the background the messenger paper airplanes flying around this vast LED window that extends seemingly forever. You see these statues, and then you're going to line up, and the queue is going to be a tour of workspaces in the Ministry of Magic, some of which we haven't seen before. But from what I'm told, one we have seen before is you're going to get to go into Umbridge's office and see the plates with the kitty cats.
So
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
But
so this is basically timeline-wise, this is leading up to her trial.
Exactly. So the cool thing about all this is the first time they've done a ride that was set after the last Harry Potter book and film. Everything else they've done previously has been set within the context of the seven books. This is like a sequel, a direct sequel that takes place shortly after Voldemort's defeated, and now it is time to put Dolores Umbridge on trial for her crimes against the Wizarding World. Unfortunately, there's a few Death Eaters who are still hanging around.
Oh no!
And just when it is time for you to go to the courtroom, you load into an elevator, which Looks a little bit like a Tower of Terror elevator, but is not quite as drop towery as that. We'll talk about that a little bit. But just as you are about to go off to witness her trial, the Death Eaters help her escape.
Oh no.
And now you've got to stop them before they can find a broken time turner in the archives and repair it and bring back Voldemort. So it's a huge story, and it's going to have huge epic scenes. One of the signature scenes in this is going to be a giant battle scene that's going to have animatronic Death Eaters waving their wands at you. Huge sets that look even more huge because they've got giant LED screens that extend them. It's not quite a drop tower. The whole elevator is basically a supercharged Spider-Man that can drop about 8 feet at a time. So if you've been on Avatar, and you know those moments in Flight of Passage when you dive and you feel that elevator drop feeling, that's about the equivalent of what it'll be. So not Tower of Terror, but when you combine it with the projections and the sets, it's going to feel like you're really moving.
That's amazing. Yeah, and
I'm so excited for this one.
Me too. Like the sense of urgency, like we're on a mission to do something. I love rides like that. And then coupled with the actual ride vehicle, the animatronics, the scope of it all, I cannot wait for this.
A few little details about this. We are going to see Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Since those actors have all grown up, they will be digital body doubles, sort of like they used in Gringotts. I hope that they get the same Hermione who re-recorded the voice on the train, because she sounds much better than the other one they used in the past.
Yeah.
Though Ron might be the actual Ron's voice, because he will show up for just about anything.
Well, I'm sure we'll see him then at the opening.
Yeah, hopefully. And we'll see a new character as well, a house elf named Higdley, who is Umbridge's long-suffering servant.
He's going to be the breakout star of Wizard.
Yeah, I really think so. I'm looking for a plush of her.
Oh, yes.
That is going to be the signature ride for the land and for the park itself. I mean, this is going to be the one to beat. I think this will probably be the very last attraction that gets completed. This is going to be one of those down to the wire things, because they're trying a lot of new things in here. They're really pushing the limits on it. So I can't wait to see. When
do we know anything about the runtime, or have you heard?
I have heard a similar length to something like Forbidden Journey or Gringotts. I think we're going to look in the 4 to 5 minute range, but it's going to be a multi-stage experience. So the queue and the Flu Network and all that is kind of all part of the ride, in the same sort of sense that like Rise of the Resistance is like a 4.5 minute ride, but it's like a 20-minute attraction.
Yeah.
In addition, though, to this ride, they're also going to be a Fantastic Beasts attraction, but not a ride, a show. The Circus Arcanus show is going to feature Newt Scamander from the Fantastic Beasts film and his famous suitcase, which has been stolen by the naughty ringmaster Skender, who's putting the beasts such as the Demiguise, Duracall, Mooncalves, and more, forcing them to perform in a show. They're not even union, like they don't get equity health care or nothing. It's terrible. But Newt has the help of another new character, Gwendolyn, the squib circus assistant, and together you're going to help them free the Fantastic Beasts. So this is going to be a live stage show, And Universal is saying that this is the biggest, most elaborate indoor show they've gotten to do with Harry Potter. A lot of special effects. Looks like we're going to have some flying effects, puppets, animatronics, all of that. So this one looks pretty exciting.
Yeah, sort of like a little Cirque du Soleil. And if
Yeah.
what we have now so far as live shows at Wizarding World are excellent. So if that's any indication, this is going to be next level, and I'm excited to see a full production.
Yeah. The Potter shows that we have right now are all, they're basically street shows.
Right.
They're a little kind of side entertainment that are there to distract the crowd, but it's not necessarily like a big draw. I think this one will be a big draw. Maybe not quite an E-ticket, but definitely a D ticket as far as shows go. And it's even going to have a pre-show area that's going to be like a side show, so you'll get to see some different Fantastic Beasts perform before you go into the main theater.
Yeah,
I'm curious how they're going to do Newt himself. Traditionally, all of the times they've had a named character, pre-existing character, it's always been performed by the original actor or a CGI body double in the case of a few of them. So I assume that Newt will probably appear maybe on a video screen. And maybe they'll do a video screen similar to Bourne, where you can't really tell like who's the real person and who's just on the screen. So looking forward to seeing that one as well. But I think what I will be spending most of my time doing is playing with my new wand.
Yes.
They are going to have upgraded wands, and they are going to have upgraded effects that will have animatronic beasts that you can trigger, including a Niffler, and talking portraits that will actually talk back to you, finally. Not just a pre-recorded loop, but actual conversations, customized responses from the windows. So that's really exciting.
Yes. Well, what I am most excited about is all the new food and beverage options.
Yes.
I love Wizarding World foods now, from Florian's ice cream to the hopping pot. So I was so hyped for the news that we're getting several locations to dine at in this new land.
So the one that they gave us the most details about is I'm the Café L'Air de la Sirene. I thought it was bad trying to memorize the English names in the original Wizarding Worlds. Trying to memorize the French names in this new one is going to kill me.
You know what?
But
I'm going to do a drinking game once this opens and watch all the vloggers. And every time they horribly pronounce something in French, you have to take a shot.
Take a shot. Oh my God. I'll be under the table very quickly. So this one is the more upscale Parisian eatery. It's got an Art Deco theme with tile mosaics inside depicting Fantastic Beasts. It looks very elegant, high ceilings and light fixtures. And you'll be able to have French sandwiches, desserts, plat du jour, which I guess means whatever they feel like serving. But the best part is this one's going to have a sidewalk cafe area too. And my best memory of visiting Paris was spending an afternoon not doing anything productive, just sitting at a sidewalk cafe, ordering food and watching people. And it was raining, and I know it will be raining here quite often. So it won't be maybe quite as romantic as the real Paris, but I'll take what I can get.
Oh yeah, hopefully there's gonna be some jambon beurres, which are like the French croissant sandwiches with ham and butter. But yeah, so the funny thing is, have you ever been to the Starbucks in Paris that looks just like this?
No.
Yes. So there's a Starbucks in Paris by the opera, and it literally looks just like this. And I was like, wait, that looks so familiar. And I pulled up pictures, and I'm like, oh my God, Google it, because it is startling, the similarities. And I'm just so happy with, based on this, it's going to look like it's going to be really good.
That's hilarious. Well, the other eatery is definitely not going to be mistaken for a Starbucks.
No.
This one is Le Goblet Noir, or the Black Cup. This is where the bad wizards and witches hang out. It is in kind of this area's equivalent of Nocturne Alley, the shady area. And
That's where we
this is
belong.
if you want to hide from the horrors, if you're doing some dark dealings, this is where you're going to want to hide out and have a hearty meal over hushed conversation. They said there'll be soups, salads, and entrees, which is so specific. But I am looking forward to some French wine and some new exclusive Wizarding World cocktails and
Oh my
mocktails.
gosh, I cannot wait. And just like the other existing Wizarding World restaurants, it's going to be kind of that like fancier quick service
Mm-hmm.
where you're going to order mobile order, have it brought to your table. I am a little sad that we don't have a full service restaurant, but I don't think that's possible in a land that is this high volume.
Yeah, I think they kind of made a decision that they've got 2 full-service sit-down restaurants in the Celestial Park area, the Atlantic and the Blue Dragon. But the lands themselves only have this kind of modified table service that they've, it started out with Leaky Cauldron and is basically spread everywhere now, where you get seated, but you use mobile order, and then they bring stuff to your table. That's going to be the model for pretty much all the restaurants that aren't just like a quick service takeaway window. And I think I will say that I had struggles with that system early on when they first introduced it at Minion Cafe. There were some rough times. The last few months, whatever, they seem to have gotten it down to a science, and I find I actually kind of like the way it works. So hopefully it will be smooth sailing when they implement it
Yes,
in Epic Universe as
my
well.
one gripe with that is if you are using like a gift card or if you have to pay,
Absolutely right.
you have to have a table number to when you go up to the podium to order, which is hard because I'm all the times by myself, and I'm like, I can't leave something.
Leave your table. Yeah.
I end up leaving like my neck fan at the table and then running to the register because I'm like, yeah, this is a little complicated. So, yeah. So hopefully, and I think it'll be a well-oiled machine when this opens.
There's really no excuse why they can't get gift cards, some way to enter them into your account and have. But that's a story for another day. Anyway, you will use those gift cards if you hang on to them to go shopping in these chic Parisian stores found in Place Cachet. The local wand shop here is not Ollivander's. It is Cosme Akjor Baguettes Magiques. And they are going to sell both some imported British wands that you're already familiar with, but more importantly, a whole brand new line of wands with unique designs in really cool triangular boxes.
I will be purchasing one. I actually don't have a wand, so this is what I'm saving myself up for.
Unfortunately, it appears that there is not a wand choosing experience in this like there is in Ollivander's.
But I feel like that would be a stretch, because this is more of a like high-end wand shop for those familiar with wands already.
Yeah, it's a different wanding tradition.
Yeah.
The wands here don't get consent.
You're picking based on beauty. It's Paris.
That's true. It's much more shallow. Some of the other shops that there's going to be K Ramel, otherwise known as Caramel, which is a candy store. There will be, of course, a butterbeer cart, but here it is called. Oh God, you pronounce it. You pronounce it.
I
don't know.
It. Je ne sais pas.
Bierabur.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
It's beer butter in French. I get.
Oh, beurre. Okay. Beurre is butter. Beer butter. I'm gonna have to do my Duolingo French again to get ready for this. Yeah. And then we didn't talk about Bar Moonshine, which sounds so cool.
Yes.
It's an American-style Quidditch sports bar. So basically, we are getting a Quidditch sports bar, which is just like, my mind is blown. That is so cool.
This is the first time that we've really seen an American-style environment within any of the Wizarding Worlds. So it'll be really cool to see what their take on Americana is. Looking forward to that as well. there's just so much detail about this that we've got listed on our website. So be sure to go on and click on all of these links that we've got. Look through all this concept art. It is going to make you very, very eager for 2025 to arrive. And I think, like you said, even if you're just a very mild Harry Potter fan, I think that the richness of this environment is going to seduce a lot of people, even if they're not really into the story. And I think something else that'll help drag, it'll help draw people into the story that I've always wished they had more of in the existing Wizarding Worlds is live characters, people wandering around. I always wondered why there weren't just wizards constantly wandering. And I don't just mean the people who try to show you how to use the windows, but like people with actual characters. Well, we're finally going to get that. We're going to get exchange students from Hogwarts and Yvermorny. Oh my God, I can't even pronounce that either. The French Wizarding School.
Yes.
We're going to get so many comments from our 3 French-speaking listeners about this. And the sad thing is I have family in Montreal. I should be able to.
You should.
I should be able to do this better.
You know
I'm
what I
very
do
excited.
Say? I want a glass of red wine. Je vous ai un verre vin rouge, s'il vous plaît. That's all I need to know.
Excellent. That's all you need to know. That and where's the restroom.
Yeah.
We'll also get to meet Aurors, which are the employees of the ministry that catch dark wizards, and some students from Beauxbaton. So I think it will be, I would love it to see if some of these characters can interact with each other, not just be like a meet and greet, but like if there could be, stories playing out. I've always wanted there to be, running wizard battles, interactive things happening all around the land, because I think that's what brings it to life and makes it feel like a real lived-in place. So I'm very excited to see what my friends in Universal Creative in the entertainment side come up with, because I know they've been working really, really hard on these concepts.
Yes. So now we just wait for when they announce an opening date.
So if you had a time turner, you would be able to jump forward in time. I promised that I would mention the time issue. Yes, we are going from 1920s Paris to 1990s Britain. But there is a giant time turner on the portal over which we walk into the land. So that just justifies everything, right?
Yep. Perfect.
This is not the first. If you're really that concerned about like timeline inconsistencies, this is not the first time. When Hogsmeade opened, the Dragon Challenge ride was set during the Triwizard Tournament during the 4th book. But Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey takes place sometime between the 5th and 6th book. And when you're in Diagon Alley outside Gringotts, you are in, I think, just before Voldemort's takeover. And then when you are inside the building, you're during it. It's a whole lot. You're just accept it.
Exactly. Don't overthink it. Just enjoy it. You're fine.
Yeah. As the theme song to Mystery Science Theater 3000 goes, I should really just relax.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see this all in person. Lots of exciting things, and you can follow along on our website with all the information. We promise as soon as information on how you can buy tickets to this, we will be among the first to let you know.
Yes.
And if you want to start planning that trip to Orlando for 2025, our friends at MEI are definitely going to be able to get you there as soon as packages and tickets are able to be booked. They will be able to take care of it for you.
Yes, I'm curious when they're going to announce, because families are already planning their 2025 travel. They have their school schedules, so I'm hoping soon. I mean, it has to be, right?
Yes, I really think that before Labor Day, we're going to have
Yeah.
some real concrete information on booking tickets and such. If you can't wait that long,
I can't.
head over to City Walk. They have just updated the preview center. You can now use augmented reality to look inside the Battle Ministry show building, see the elevators moving around, folks walking around the lobby. It's really neat.
Yes,
And
and that really gives
also,
you a good idea just how large the
yeah,
show
the
building is.
scale of it is crazy. And you can also pick up the first uh, merchandise for the new land. They've got some fun clothes and pins and keychains and such. All right. So that is going to bring us to the end of the main event for this week. But we have to take a look at some of the comments that we got. Whole bunch of folks just wanting to say hi. Kobe
Yes,
Wiggle,
hi.
hi. Michael Hack, hi. Michael Bingham has a fun fact that
Ooh.
Battle of Galactica at Universal Studios Hollywood was where Back to the Future ride was, and now the Simpson ride is. Yes, that is one of the fun facts you learn if you scan those QR codes. Still up for a little while longer
Love it.
at Universal Hollywood for the anniversary. Um, Vince Lamb checking in to wish us a happy
Hello.
Monday. Hi, Vince. Yes, Dolores Umbridge is also same actress nominated for her role in The Crown. She is a great performer, Emmy nominated, Oscar nominated. This is her first ever theme park role, but who knows? Maybe we will get a Crown dark ride, sometime. I don't think that's happening. You are excited about a sports bar,
Yay.
and so is Michael Bingham. He's looking forward to that, and he is also looking forward to hearing annual pass news for Epic Universe. I have not heard any definitive news, but my gut feeling says that there will be opportunities for annual pass holders to get discounted tickets during a preview period. But it is definitely not going to be just included in any existing annual pass. When there is an annual pass option, it is going to come with a pretty hefty price tag, I think.
I honestly am not ready because my Universal, I have the top tier. It's
Yeah.
so affordable right now.
It is.
My monthly payments, my bank hates me.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot, but I assume it's going to be like Volcano Bay where you add that third park. It's going to be like another park.
And yes, yeah, I'm certain that there's gonna be an option to just keep IOA and USF. That they aren't going to force everyone to buy Epic Universe. If
I don't
nothing
think
else, because they need to control, control the demand at Epic Universe. They want to prioritize people who are staying on site and buying vacation packages, and they don't want to be flooded by annual pass holders. I wouldn't even be surprised if we saw some sort of reservation system when there is an annual pass, not unlike Disney has. They wouldn't do that at the existing parks, but I could see something like that for Epic Universe.
So I have a question. When they do like the say previews and whatnot, obviously this is a whole park. It's not a land. They have to do a lot of like testing to get the flow. Do you predict that they'll do like AP previews for people that have the existing tickets and not like we're buying the add-on because they have to test us, like they need to have like guinea pigs.
Yeah, I do think that there will be a soft opening break in period where there will be, I can remember when Animal Kingdom opened that there was several months of preview periods where as an annual pass holder you could buy, I think back then it was like 20 or $25 and you could buy a ticket to basically go in and be a guinea pig for the day, knowing that half the park was still not finished. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like that. Maybe not if they made it a free for all, if it made something that was included, I think they would be just swamped with demand. So I think there'll probably have to be some price tag associated with those preview tickets. But I think that and there will be some kind of opportunities for annual pass holders. If nothing else, that annual pass holders are like your biggest advocates and also the loudest people to complain when they don't like something. So you want to keep them on your side. You want to,
Yeah.
you want to keep them happy. But I also wouldn't be surprised, and this is just my gut feeling, that when the park does start to preview, it will be in phases. There are sections that are, look like you could walk into tomorrow, and there are things that might need until next fall to be totally done. So I would not be shocked if there was a preview that only involved Celestial Park or Celestial Park in just one or two of the lands. I think that whenever they announce an official opening date, they will, hell or high water, they will have every major attraction and land open on that official opening date.
Mhm.
But the previews leading up to that, I think, will be piecemeal. That's my feeling.
Right. I mean, there's so many ambitious and like high stakes new projects. So
Mhm.
I mean, it makes total sense that they're going to have to do a nice flushing out period to figure it all out.
The most important thing is they cannot have a repeat of opening of USF. They cannot have a situation, where Jaws and Kong and Earthquake are all broken down on
God.
opening day. That will not happen. They won't let it happen.
No.
All right. Well, thank you for all of your comments. And before we go, we also want to thank our sponsors, MEI and MEI-Travel. I want to remind everyone, please give us a rating and review if you listen to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And please like and subscribe us if you're watching this live stream on YouTube. And finally, be sure to follow us at attractionsmagazine.com and search Attractions Magazine on your favorite social media platform. Carly, where can folks find you on the interwebs?
Yes, I am on Instagram at Adventures by Carly and on X at Carly Caramana.
And I am at Eskabursky and at The Unofficial Guides. And you can pick up copies of my new books, theunofficialguides.com. And finally, until next week, we hope you folks stay safe, try something new, but most importantly, have fun. We will see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.